Alright, I'm filming this at an entirely different point of the day. You'll be able to tell because the lighting is going to be very different in the actual video. I'm editing the video, and as I'm watching it, I can already tell what one of you is already commenting. Stop typing. I can already tell what you're commenting because I know what you have been told to think this week. And I already know what you're typing because you're not even going to bother to listen to the fucking video. You're already going to be typing it. Mitch McConnell didn't want to confirm fucking Merrick Garland. Yeah, he didn't. Right? As I explain later on in the video, the president suggests somebody. And then the Senate confirms or denies. Says yes or fuck off. Right? Obama said, you know what? There's an open seat. I think this Merrick Garland guy should sit there. And Mitch McConnell said, fuck off. Because that's what he could do. Like that, yeah. If I was doing this shit back then, I would say, well, the way our system works is thus. The president says there's an empty seat there. This dude should sit there. And then the Senate says yes or fuck off. And Obama said Merrick Garland. And Mitch McConnell said fuck off. He is not required to confirm. He can deny. So now Trump's in office. And he's going to say, this fine lady should sit there. And Mitch McConnell's going to go, alright, we'll hear her out. Because Mitch McConnell is far less inclined to say fuck off to Donald Trump than Obama. You see, our founding fathers, they wanted educated voters. Like they wanted us to understand what we were doing. So that's why they were so public on how our shit works. And that's why we're taught that shit in fucking school. And that's why you have the ability now to look that shit up on your fucking own if you didn't remember it from school or didn't fucking learn it in school at all in the first place. You can tell how this shit works. The president says that person because there's an empty fucking seat. And if it's Mitch McConnell and Obama's picking the person, he's going to say fuck off. Because that's how the system works. It's why you should pay more attention to what's happening in the fucking world. Your ignorance is why you think this is an argument. You don't understand how shit works. It doesn't say in the Constitution that the Senate will fucking confirm who the president picks. It says they can tell him whether or not they'll say yes or if they'll say fuck off.
The streets are extended gutters. And the gutters are full of blood. And when the drains finally scab over, all the vermin will drown. The accumulated filth of all their sex and murder will foam up around their waists. And all the whores and politicians will look up and shout, save us. And I'll whisper,
alright. Have we all had our moment to mourn the loss of Ruth Bader Ginsburg? I hope so, because it's going to get fucking rough if you have not had adequate time. I would like to take the moment to go all schoolhouse rock with you guys again and explain our government and how it works. We have 3 branches of our government that rule over us. And now 5 branches of our military that protect us. Right? The military is under the command of the president. That's his job. He commands the military and law enforcement in this country. He is the executor. He is the fucking executive. The executor. He is not the executor. The executor was the Super Star Destroyer in Star Wars. He's the executive of this country. By the way, Dave Space Cakes. I can't say anything else, but they're good. And I know of a place where you can get them for 10% off, but I can't tell you that either. Anyways, he's the executive of our country, right? He's the one in charge. He's daddy president, right? He's the one that beats you when you're bad, right? Now, it goes beyond that in little ways. He also has to approve of certain things and this, that, and the other stuff. Then we have House and Senate, right? They make the laws and shit, right? They tell us what we can and can't do. Their mom, right? Remember, Mom used to always say, that thing there, you can't do that. And then when you do that, Dad would beat the shit out of you for it, right? So the Senate, the House, their mom. President's dad. Now, the Supreme Court is your sister who sits there and silently judges everybody and decides what's right and wrong. The Supreme Court, they interpret the laws. Are they constitutional, and in what manner are they to be enforced? Right? That's what the Supreme Court does. So you see how it works? The Congress, the Senate, they fucking make up laws and then kick that shit to the Supreme Court and say, you figure out how that fucking works. And the Supreme Court figures out how that works, and then they kick it to the president, and the president goes, this is how this shit happens. You gotta enforce it now. The president looks at it and goes, alright, yeah, I'll do that. And he signs off on it. You kind of get how the whole fucking thing works, right? We vote for the president. We vote for the guy ultimately in charge. We also vote for our senators and our fucking Congress people, right? And so, the president nominates people to sit on the Supreme Court. And then the people that the president nominates have to get confirmed and okayed by the Senate. Right? So, that is how this shit works. We have 9 Supreme Court justices, and the reason that we have 9 is because it is an odd number. Because if 4 people think this way about something, and 5 people think this way about something, there's no fucking tie. There's no way you get a tie with 9 people. However, we got 8 motherfuckers right now, because one's dead. So we can get ties. Ties are fucking bad when you're talking about the law. They can literally mean the difference between life and death. So, we need to pick a new Supreme Court justice. Now, pardon me, it's that COVID kicking in. Don't worry, I have that new strain that doesn't really kill you unless you're like really unlucky or unless you're really fucked up already. Or you die from some other complete and utter fucking thing, but hey, whatever. Nevertheless. So, it's expected that this shit happens. Right? Now, look. We voted in Donald Trump 2016. That means he's president until the end of this year. Beginning of next year. Right? That's fucking that. That's fact. It's the president's job to nominate fucking people. That's what he do. Oh, there's an empty seat there. I think this dude should sit in it. That's what he does. That's all he fucking does. I noticed there's an empty seat. And my friend here would like to sit down. That's it. That's his whole fucking part. He says, that dude. Bam! Right? Then it goes to the Senate. Now look, I believe for the last 2 election cycles, we have just been voting in more and more Republicans. They have the majority. They're in charge of the Senate. It's Republicans. Yeah, the Democrats have Congress. But Congress has really fuck all to do with this process. So, I don't know. Perhaps it was the will of the people, whether it be through sheer fucking ignorance or not, that Donald Trump be able to just place Supreme Court justices. Just go, that dude, and then the Senate goes, yeah, looks good. And then he goes and sits down. I don't know what to tell you. But here's the funny thing. The Democrats think they're going to win. Like they think in November they're going to win something. Like they think they might win president. And if they do, then Joe Biden gets to pick the Supreme Court justice. Right? And then the Senate gets to confirm it one way or another. Right? Like, because it's got to happen sooner or later. Right? So, and they think maybe the Senate will get flipped. And it'll go to the Democrats. And then they get to just push through whoever the fuck they want. That's what they want to have happen. They want to pick it. They want to pick their person because they don't like Donald Trump. However, the simple fact remains that Donald Trump happens to be the President of the United States. And it's the President's job to know, it's one of the President's many jobs, to notice when there is an empty seat. And to suggest a person sit down in it. Those are 2 of his fucking duties. He's got to do that shit when it happens. And he's noticed over the weekend, oh my gosh, that seat's empty. And now he's thinking about somebody to just go point to and go, that person. Right? And the Democrats have lost their fucking minds. Dude, they were, honestly, I think Ruth Bader Ginsburg has been dead for months. And they were just trying to hope and see if maybe, possibly, they could just fucking not bury her or anything. But I think her family members were like, look, we kind of like put grandma on the ground. So, can you quit fucking around? And like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Perhaps I'm wrong. Nevertheless, they were trying to stretch that poor old lady for at least another couple months in the vain hopes that Joe Biden would somehow pull this shit off. Or the Senate would somehow flip. Right? They just trying so hard against all odds. But she croaked anyways. Sometimes, man, sometimes Weekend at Bernie's, the thing of it is, Bernie stinks after about an hour or 2 in that heat. And people start to notice that somebody smells like a corpse. They don't quite know what a corpse smells like, maybe, but when they catch a whiff of it, they go, I bet that's a corpse. Right? So somebody noticed that poor Ruth was starting to stink, I think. And, hey, they just couldn't have her carried around propped up between 2 teenage kids anymore. So, what are you going to do? Like, I know that I know they were college kids, or actually they were business people, I believe, at the time. They were just out of college kids. But I made them high school kids because Ruth Bader, she was very short. So Nancy Pelosi is threatening to impeach Donald Trump again. And honestly, I would love to know what for. because it's actually in his job description that he is to notice when there's an empty seat and point at somebody and say that person should be allowed to sit there. Like, that's in his job description. So if he does that, Nancy Pelosi is talking maybe she might impeach him for it. Whatever. All that means is I'm going to have to buy another impeach this magnet. I think I should honestly get one for every time that he gets impeached. Because that's funny. So I got one for every time he was impeached. Do you have a refrigerator underneath all those magnets? Somewhere. I used to. I don't use it so much anymore. You can't open the thing. It's magnetically sealed. Anyways. She's gonna impeach him? Really? She's gonna impeach him? They're already rioting over this, and she's gonna try and impeach him, and then what's gonna happen? For one thing, she ain't gonna impeach him in less than 2 months. And most likely, they're not gonna confirm anybody in less than 2 months. So... like, what? And here's the funny thing. Donald Trump, like, everybody's floating around. Donald Trump said he's going to pick a woman. And I was kind of like, all right. I wish he would have said, I'm going to find the best woman for the job. I think that would have been fantastic. But he said, I'm going to pick a woman. And the crowd cheered, and I'm like, right? And so he's got this list of ladies that everybody's thinking that he's picking from. And on the list is like a fucking Cuban or a Colombian or whatever. She's I don't know if she's actually an immigrant or if she's just of whatever descent. But she's ethnic of some sort in some way, and a woman. And I think that'd be perfect. Because it would be amazing for the months leading up to the election to watch senators. Isn't Kamala Harris a senator? To watch senators. Isn't Kamala Harris a senator? She's going to have to sit in on it. Oh, there goes her campaign. One more reason to do it, I think. So, senators are going to have to be trying to figure out a way to discredit this immigrant woman. Because that's how she's going to be sold no matter what, immigrant woman. So this immigrant woman, and they can't attack her because she's an immigrant because they're trying to get immigrants to vote for them. And they can't attack her because she's a woman because they're trying to get women to vote for them. They can't say that she's a rapist because she doesn't have a penis, and as we all know, you must have a penis with which to rape. It's like, how do you stab somebody without a knife? You can't rape somebody without a penis. So she can't be a rapist. What are they going to shit on her for? You're not wonderful and perfect enough? It's a woman. And if she's a woman with a light brown hue, then she's fucking double, man. I think that he should pick her no matter what. No matter what it is, even if it's a white lady, he's going to have to be like, look, you're going to have to get a really deep tan before I can pick you. I'm sorry. But you have to look some sort of something. Because I want to get somebody, my way of thinking in, and the only way that that'll happen is if they can't destroy your life. So, ask Brett Kavanaugh what that shit's like. And if you think being a white lady is some shit you want to have to deal with, because they'll call you a rapist, you're a white lady. You're at least a racist, because you're white. So they'll talk about how racist you fucking are, because of something that somebody wrote in your yearbook, or somebody wrote next to your picture in their yearbook that said, this bitch is racist. And that'll be the thing. That they predicate this fucking a 7-year fucking dive into this lady's past on, so that we can drag every fucking single skeleton that she's ever had in her life out, all because she wasn't the right color, because they were able to attack her because of that. Like, it would be sad. Nevertheless, he should definitely pick the light brown lady or whatever the fuck. I don't know what hue she is, but he should definitely pick her. Whoever it is. I don't care. Like, I think he should pick the best lady for the job. I do. I'm just saying that if he wants to get one confirmed in a way that's going to just destroy the Democratic Party because their heads will explode, they'll have no idea what to do, she's going to have to be brown of some sort. They hold that in really high regard. She's got to be some shade of brown. Otherwise, she can be attacked somewhere. They can't attack her if she's brown vagina. If she has really brown vagina, they can't attack it. It's defense that cannot be beat. Victimhood that must be in that lady's life. What are they going to say about her? What could they possibly come up with? You know what's funny? I'm going to have to remember. I'm going to have to like cut this clip and fucking like save it. So that when they do call her a rapist or some shit like that, and I fucking, or they say she murdered something, God even fucking knows. I heard somewhere that somebody said that you eat babies. Whatever the fuck it is, man, it's going to be some sort of fucking something. And I'm going to have to play that. What could it possibly be? And I'm going to go, if you'd have told me then it was going to be this, I'd have been like, what? Dude, I can't wait to find out what it is. I want him to pick a lady right now. I understand that he wants to wait until Ruth Bader Ginsburg is at least in the ground. I get that. And you know what? That could be a play the Democrats might use. They might be like, well, then we're not going to bury her. We're just going to keep her in state until you fucking out of office. And if that takes another 4 years and a couple months, then fuck it. She's going to be half a fucking skeleton when we put her in the ground. I don't care. Unless, of course, Ivanka wins 2024 and 2028, in which case she's going to be pretty much a whole skeleton. Just sitting in the sun in that glass sarcophagus. Ugh. Or she'll mummify. One or the other. That could be interesting too. What if they mummify her? So we're just going to mummify her. We're just going to leave her in her chair. We're getting the country's best taxidermist to see what we can do about this. We've called on every Satanist we could find to try and put that bitch's soul back in her fucking body. We don't care how long she's been dead. We're trying to figure out a way. Just to whatever. We've called up Dr. Frankenstein. Apparently that is a real guy, but he's not doing that kind of work anymore. He's a dentist now. But we're going to have to figure this shit out. We've got to resurrect her. Pet Cemetery, motherfucker. No, Nancy. She's been dead too long. You can't. It's fucking Nancy Pelosi walking Ruth Bader Ginsburg's fucking. No, she just died. I can bury her right now. It'll be fine. Oh, fuck me, man. It's never, no, whatever. Like, this is the thing. It's the president's job to pick somebody to replace her. And it's the Senate's job to vet that person and decide whether or not to confirm them. So, and the two dummies that always say, we're not doing it because Trump wants it, those two dummies, they have decided to say, we're not going to do it because Trump wants it. So, we're already down 2. So, we can lose one more vote before Mike Pence just says, yeah, fucking, yeah, go ahead, sit down. So, if we lose one vote, that's bad. If we lose 2 votes, that's super bad. If we pick up any votes from the other side, we're good, depending on how many votes we lose on our side. But I suspect the confirmation will be 51-49, unless the two dummies fight it the whole way and then decide to jump to the other side at some point whenever it seems like, oh, this shit's just going to happen anyway, so fuck it, I don't want to get voted out. Maybe they'll forget that I fought this the whole time. And then they'll just go, okay, yeah, great. Who fucking knows, man? And then Joe Manchin is going to be like, I want to keep my fucking job. So he'll jump on it again. Because, who knows, man? Fucking, what's funny is this. They're going to bury Ruth Bader Ginsburg. And Donald Trump's going to do his job. And the Senate is going to do their job. Depending on how long they take. Like, if Trump announces his pick as a Sunday morning revelation, right? Let's just, for time's sake, say that. And they fucking talk to this bitch once and confirm her on Saturday. I'm going to say the Senate fumbled their job a little bit there, right? But they're going to talk to her for a couple of months, and they're going to go through all the things, and they're going to want 1 million fucking documents, and then they're going to want 1 million more, and then they're going to want 5 billion from other points in her life that have nothing to do with anything, and we're going to have to see all the notes you take while you're taking a shit. Now, we're going to have to see all the games that you play on your phone. You're still playing fucking Candy Crush? Really? Really? What level are you on? Like, man, it's going to be whatever the fuck it needs to be for them to find some problem with this light brown lady, whomever the fuck it may be. Wouldn't that be great? We're voting to not confirm her based on the fact that she is only to level 500 in Candy Crush. That game has been around forever. If she's going to play it at all, she should be much higher level than that. Count the eyes.